horizontal compared to the vertical meridian. For example, if there is a pterygium, you can tell exactly how many millimeters this pterygium is into the cornea. If you get a corneal ulcer like this and you are following the patient, you can measure the two axes of this ulcer and we say how many millimeters the ulcer extends. So during the follow-up time you can tell whether the ulcer is improving or not. You can measure a lesion from the limbus, how far it is away from the limbus, or this diameter of the lesion itself. The slit length can be taken from this part of the slit lamp. If you change the length, you can get the number of millimeters from here, which equals to the length of the light. Again, the slit width is important in case of follow-up. You can have a wide or a narrow light. And this is the location where you can see these numbers to tell you exactly the width of the beam of light used. Now for the posterior segment examination, we can use extra lens to see the back surface of the eye, like the 3 mirror. In case of examining the macula, you can use another mirror on the slit lamp. This is the regular mirror we use for the anterior segment. You can see there is a long segment of mirror here. This is another mirror. You can replace the original one. The long part here is missing. This mirror is important that if you want to make an axial, an end-on section, your light and your microscope are end-on. This long part is missing, so you can see through the pupil into the fundus of the patient. Here I'm putting the video camera recording on the eyepiece, and you can see here the light of the microscope. This is the regular mirror. If it's end on with the microscope, you don't see the light itself. But if you change this regular mirror and put the short mirror as here, you can get the light end on and you get your line of vision visible, and you can still see the posterior segment. When getting the light from side, you can say I'm gonna put the light 5 degrees or 10 degrees to the vertical line. But in case of horizontal, if you make your slit light instead of being vertical and it is horizontal, if you want to make the light coming with an angle, you can tilt the light. Here you get 4 steps, each one equals flare. Step represent 5 degrees, and you can tilt the source of light, the whole bar containing the light source. This is important in case you are making section in the macula and this section of light is horizontal and you want the light to come with an angle. So if the light is vertical, you go from side to side. But if the light is horizontal, as in here, and you want to have it with an angle with this 5 or 10 or 20 degrees, then you can use these steps. This is the Volk lens. We can use filters to change the type of light we are examining. This where you can change your filters. You can put filters in the path of the light. You can get the red free, the neutral density filter, and you can get the cobalt blue filter. This is the whole spectrum of light will all ranges of light. If we cut the red part, this is the red free light. The red free light doesn't have the long part of the waves, so the short waves, they get a limited penetration power. So this is useful to see superficial lesions in the nerve fiber layer of the retina, but the light wouldn't go deep to reach to the choroid. The cobalt blue filter, it cuts the whole long waves, leaving only the blue light. It's important if you want to see an ulcer and you're having fluorescein stain. Then the fluorescence means that the fluorescein stain will absorb the short waves, which is the blue, and re-emit it in a longer wave, which is the green. Then you can see the ulcer in a better way. The neutral density filter, it's a filter that will reduce the intensity of the whole spectrum. It is something like you lower the illumination with the slit. The advantage of neutral density filter rather than lowering the whole light is that you can see colors in a normal way. If you lower the whole beam of light down, the colors will not be the same. But if you use the neutral density filter, the amount of heat reaching to the eye, the amount of light reaching to the eye is less, but the colors are still the same. Thank you.